Okay, greetings, my beautiful patriots, starseeds, and light workers, and of course our brave military. Welcome to 1776 United, and we are in a worldwide and galactic revolution. Now, what I'm about to tell you, because I've got a whole bunch of different intel going on right now, but what I'm about to tell you it sounds a little bit disturbing, but in the end, it's good. Okay, so apparently, through Benjamin Fulford, there has been a coup in Washington, and you've been watching the fake Trump all the way back. That's been run by the Rothschilds or whoever out there, all the way back to when he did the G7 summit in Italy, I guess it was. That was a fake Trump, and it's been basically they've been running amok since then. Okay. Where the real Trump is God only knows, right? But apparently he's safe. And but the good thing about this, I guess they're just letting this all play out for exposure. The good news about all this is it explains why all this stupid shit going on in Washington right now. And of course the bombing of Iran and whatever, because the fake Trump ordered the bombing of what was going on and had everybody kind of mystified there for a bit and not knowing really what's going on. But they are basically running out of options. The Canadian government right now is kind of doing a breakaway economic thing with trying to get pipeline over to Asia and stuff like that. And the Macron syndicate organization is losing power and allies because the pedophile cokehead Starmer he's losing all kinds of support left, right, and center, and I don't expect him to be in office much more than maybe till September, and then he'll be out of there. And of course Germany is kind of lost support for France, so France is kind of there's a lot of generals in France being murdered in the night by Macron's henchmen in order for him to stay in power. So it's kind of a bloodbath over there. But the people are waking up there. The economy is in the shithole, as well as Canada. But of course, France is a lot worse off than. France is a lot worse off economically than Canada. Canada is not really feeling the full effect yet. People are still able to do some work of some level, and of course, gas prices are very high, but they're the Canadians seem to be accepting it. And I'm not going to get into my personal opinion about everything that's here, other than the fact is that I'll be flying out to the Philippines shortly, and I'll watch the shit show from there. Anyways, this is kind of what's going on. It kind of explains why all the bullshit going on in Washington right now, even the July 4th thing, with Trump in his fucking baseball cap. That's all fake. And, they're basically, the alliance or global alliance had told, I guess it was the Space Force, had told Benjamin Fulford that we are just giving them enough rope to hang themselves and let them play their shit out. So what we can do is, at the time when they have exhausted everything, that's when we'll go in there and snap them up. But there is a lot of crazy shit going on right now. So, like I said before in my past videos, do not, take anything for face value. Do not go online. with the banks, because the banks are doing what they're told. If they're corrupt, then they're trying to swindle money. And as I said yesterday, there might be false redemption notices that come out for you to go into the bank, and a bank executive of some sort might come to you and offer you a much lower rate for your fiat currency, because they know as much as you do about the revaluation of all the currencies in the world. Okay, so, and they probably know more than you, so they're very aggressive right now, because they really have no other way of obtaining a vast amount of money fast, because everything's being torn down. Like I said before, this isn't being run by Trump. This is being run by the Global Alliance. There is a power struggle in place on both sides that is, trying to gain the power button of, I guess it would be the power button to gain control of the United States. And they're, like I said, they're running out of options. And everything that's been going on right now, we're all tired. But let this thing play out. Stay very, very cautious in what you do. Do not do any online shit in your banking. Try to go to the bank yourself and pull your money out. Do everything physically that way. I would advise, based on some other information I had received yesterday, and I was listening to 107, and although he's a bit of a blowhard, I do like to listen to his intel, because comes right from the top. And he said that the gold medal prices will inflate, or will start rising hard, because in the next coming months, you're going to see the 2020 election that was a total fraud, that Trump had to step back. That was an act of war. All right. So this act of war, they have not taken that off the table. They are going to find out who the perpetrators are, which we know was the Chinese and some other bad players in those countries. Now, depending on how much or how high up the stick those countries go, they will be going in there and forcefully, if possible, or forcefully, if necessary, to arrest these perpetrators that have basically violated the Constitution. So this is not over by far, and there will be heads rolling. More exposure will be coming to the criminals, and as far as this, it is basically a obscure maze of scribbles all over the matrix, and we don't know who is what. So it's best to just step back, everybody, all the patriots, step back, and enjoy your life. We have a summer here to enjoy, and let this bullshit play out, and just do not take anything for face value. All right. There's a lot of good that's going to come out of this, because we are, no matter what is happening, we're going to be going in the right direction. And the criminals and pedophiles on this planet will cease to exist. Talking to King John Smarty, he says, I had a nice chat with him this morning, and he says, it doesn't matter what kind of fucked up situation is going on this planet, God's in charge, and God is has his disciples, his military, and his sons out there doing the vaporizing as needed. So just remember that this is biblical event that's going on, and us mortals, I guess you want to call it, are watching the final acts in our front row seats. So it's exciting times, and there's a lot that's happening right now. Now, as far as Russia goes, Russia's, they're basically stepping back and watching this all play out. They have a lot of, the Russians have a lot of patience, and they're not going to start stomping on heads just for the sake of taking over things. Now, they're, with this G7 that's going on there, that's moving forward, okay? No, I want to go back and say one last thing about the Russians. The Russians, all they wanted to do was go in there and denazify Eastern Europe, which was Ukraine, okay? That's all they wanted to do. And they have accomplished that, okay? And they are still, to this day, hunting these NAZI scientists and other criminal from, around the world, okay? They have special forces going out there and tracking them down, as what it was after the Second World War, the NAZI hunters, if you know what I mean. The NAZI hunters are hunter killers that will not bring them to trial. They're just going to eliminate them. And we have that in other aspects. Many patriots are around the world doing the same thing, such as King John Smarty. He's taken him out as he's ordered to do from his father. Okay, so now, that's all being said, the BRICS nations are in the meeting, and of course China, Xi Jinping is not there, and everybody's kind of wondering why, but I think it's just kind of a we're not going to show up there because we want to portray that we are a very, very strong nation and part of the BRICS nations, but we're at the top of the helm, and they have their little weird power trips that they do. But make no mistake that they are in it to win it, hook, line, and sinker, because it's going to kill the U.S. fiat currency, which is what everybody wants to do. All right, so we're in this final stages of watching the meltdown, the chaos in the States right now, and the which is the world opinion, is it's a complete and utter mess. And people that stay back and watch it from a distance and not get themselves involved, or observe and not absorb, are going to do the best in it. Stay close to prayer. Keep working if you can. Keep paying the bills. I know there's a lot of things that are hurting people in North America right now. I'm seeing it. And I have to say one last thing here. This is only happening in the G7 countries, and they have no power left. This is why everybody that's in these G7 countries are having a power struggle with this, okay? So, the Canada, France, England, Germany, or whoever's in this G7 have no power, okay? They are up against the majority of the financial trade in the BRICS worldwide. And they, that's like bringing kindergarten boy to a Tyson fight. So it's not gonna play out the way they want it, and we just have to wait this thing out. That being said, I'm out of time, and everybody have a nice Sunday.